Hello, everybody. I have my guest, Dr. Mona Ali, with me, and I want to welcome her and ask her to introduce herself beautifully as she can do that her best. So, welcome, Mona. Can you please introduce yourself and maybe share where you're from and what you do?
Of course. Thank you so much, Gina. Thank you for this space and thank you for everyone listening in. Appreciate your time. My name is Mona Ali. I live in Alberta, Canada, specifically in Edmonton City. And by profession, I am a university professor, and I specialized in holistic trauma healing and life transition coaching. That's what I do in a nutshell. Um, I also created a very dear and near method for healing from my world. I called it the inner shift method. My main goal in my work is to overcome limiting beliefs and reprogram the subconscious minds for a more aligned and more purposeful living. That's
Beautiful.
what I do.
I love it. It
Thank
sounds
you.
very interesting. So, can you maybe a little bit more expansion about what it means because not everybody knows that. So a
Yeah,
little bit
of
more
course.
depth in your.
Yes. So I think I would like, I love this question because normally people want me to explain it from a scientific side, but I would love to explain it from my experience, if you don't mind, Gina. So,
I would love to.
and and to share this with your audience, I would like to ask them about something that we do, all of us do all the time. So you know this automatic, I am fine. So when someone asks you, how are you today? Say, I'm fine. When you go to work, how is everything? Oh, I'm fine. Everything is great. And you know internally that this I am fine is actually you are lying with it. You are lying to yourself. You are lying to other people because what you are most of us underneath that what we have is overwhelm, is burnout, is stress, is busyness, is hectic life, but we put the face of I am fine and I am having a grip of everything. And what I teach people is that I actually teach people to feel their feelings and feel their emotions and listen to those messages that comes from the body and really resonate with these and what they mean. So when they even feel stuck or when they feel that anxious moment, instead of escaping those feelings, we sit with them. We actually feel our feelings so we can release the feelings from our body and get empowered from within to be able to create a momentum, a positive momentum again. Now, how I learned this is a little bit of a story. In short, in the year of 2017, I was sitting in a doctor's office, and the doctor was telling me that I am having a complete immune system shutdown and my body is shutting down completely. And she gave me the two choices of take a pill and it will slow down the dying process, or we can just leave it and the dying process is gonna be a little bit quicker. So it wasn't really much of a choice here.
Wow.
I was on a break point of my body is dying. I'm basically cannot move and function. I stopped working for a few months before that visit. And the doctor is telling me at the age of 37 that my life is ending. And there is just a slowing down process that can end more gracefully. And this is when I realized that the I am fine mask and holding everything together is not serving me anymore. I reach a point of as many high achieving women as a university professor, traveling, conferences, keynote speaking, you name it. I worked not only 9 to 5, 9 to 7, sometimes 8 to 7, sometimes over the weekend. And I was just looking like the strong lady that I am. but my body is collapsing, is just falling apart in every sense. I built chronic illnesses, starting from cancer to lupus to autoimmune disorder that start attacking all my organs. So it was a time that I had to stop, and I made this decision that this is not how my life is going to end. And this is where the trauma healing and healing my wounds kicks in. This is where I went to research and studies and get my mentors to help me as well. And now 4 years plus, I take no pill.
Wow.
So I am still here and I'm still thriving. And now I'm helping people listening so they can actually overcome all of this weight on the shoulders, on the stagnation of the illnesses in the body, on the feeling. Even some people come to see me, they feel a lot of void in their life. They are doing a lot, but they don't feel anything anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So reunite with your feelings, reunite with who you are. That's what I'm helping people to do.
That's beautiful. Thank you for sharing your story. It's amazing that you are now like only 4 years later, uh, being here so vibrant and
I have been in my healing for 8 years in total.
Mhm.
6 years ago, I started my practice.
Wow,
Yeah,
congratulations on that.
thank you.
So what is the most common, because if people also come with health questions, not just mental and emotional questions, how do you help them with that? Because if you only work with that physical or that mental and emotional part, do you also work with that physical part? Or is that what you do when you start working with the mental?
Yeah, oh, that's an excellent question, Gina. So, few parts here, and that's why I mastered few modalities in modern psychotherapy. So the emotional part, like I practice and I train in neuro-linguistic programming, which basically to be able to use the language to serve our bodies and serve us best and serve this inner chatter that happen, actually reprogram it in a way that it can work best. But I also use hypnosis and I get certified as a hypnotherapist because some of those sessions that we basically work directly with the subconscious mind to reprogram the limiting beliefs in some ways. And it really depends on each client and what's the story and what they are struggling with. Um, However, there is a big part of the trauma, and you probably also, as a specialized person in this space, the trauma lives in the body. And and if the energy of the trauma, the negative energy in the trauma is not released correctly from the body, it creates those chronic illnesses. One of the most common one is the fibromyalgia. I always tell this example because fibromyalgia has been proven by research. It is caused by stagnated trauma that hasn't been released from the system. So I specialized as well in working in somatic experiencing, where we use physical exercises with the body to release. So once you release, you have a space for healing and recovering and coaching after that for future empowerment. That's another area. I use different modalities as well, like root cause therapy, like havening for anxiety and stress. And it just this blend, I pick and choose from it based on each person needs and where they are and where they want to be.
Yeah, beautiful. So it's also a customized way of work.
Yes,
Yeah,
very tailored. All my work is always like
yeah,
this. There is
yeah.
no size fits all. It's
No,
not
that
doesn't
does
work.
not exist. No.
Yes.
Wonderful, wonderful. So, and what with what kind of people do you work with? Are men, women, children?
Again, an excellent question. I don't work with children. I specifically because it's actually by choice, not because of certification, but it's by choice. And I'm happy to recommend other people if anyone like struggle specifically. Many cases or many beautiful souls I work with, they actually come with childhood trauma in specific sexual abuse, or they have domestic abuse and domestic violence in, let's say, relationship they were in. And it's usually a childhood thing. So I work with childhood traumas, but for adults,
Mhm.
men and women, like either way, it doesn't really matter. I don't have specific criteria in that. However, what I see most who comes in my clinic are women, and they are high achieving women. So mostly managers, CEOs, women who have been on a very logical side in so long in their life, and it is not serving them anymore. Having said that, I still work with, you know, wide range of other
Yeah.
people. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. So, we talked a little bit about it before we started the interview, that you like to get more awareness about this topic, and that you really are an advocate for that, advocating for that. So, what do you want to share with the audience or the people watching replay about this certain thing, about creating more awareness,
Yes.
creating this
Yes.
education space?
I just wanted to, I would love to have this message out that if you listen to your body really carefully, those messages, this body is just a communicator. Its whole purpose is to tell you what in your emotions is not right, what in your well being is not right. So, whatever you see coming up on your body, and I will give an example with that. Now, I suffer from vitiligo since I was 4 years old. Vitiligo, known by research that it has no cure so far. However, vitiligo is so attached to an identity problem. So it is so attached to belonging and feeling who we are. And I moved from having an entire body of vitiligo to vitiligo now being in my, like as you see on my fingers and the tips of my toes. And this is my journey because I started to listen into what are those messages that the body is giving me. Each illness you see or you experience is translated to some emotional wound or some stagnation that your body is telling you, I need to deal with this. Most of us are living on a survival mode in almost all of our life. What I help people do is to switch off the survival mode and live in safe and thriving mode so that their body can stop giving those messages and they can feel more fulfilled in their life. That's my main message to everyone. Please listen to what the messages are. Overlooking them, pushing through them will not solve it. It will get bigger and bigger, and it will reach a point that it will either break you or just you will be shouting, I need help. So before we reach this, we can just basically befriend ourselves, come home to who we are.
Mhm.
That's my whole message, and that's what I would love this awareness to be out for everyone.
Yeah, and it's such an important message because there's still this belief about that the mind and the body is such a unity, because people
Yes.
think always, yeah, that's your mind and this is your body, but
Yeah,
it's such a unity, and it's such a important part
100%.
of the problem.
Yes.
So,
And the fascinating thing, whatever happened to your body, you are more than willing to go spend all your money to fix your body, right? Like any injury, we straight away go to the doctor for that. But we never say to ourselves, okay, what about the injury of the emotion? Because our emotions get injured. we have been in boxes growing up on other people's systems, other people's beliefs, other people's stories, and this is all in us. Down the road we disalign from who we are, and we disalign from how we want to show up in the world, and we start having those masks. Now the subconscious mind and our being doesn't like that. It
No,
just
it's
want to be what it is. So it start manifesting in illnesses, in anxiety, in overwhelm, in burnout. And many of my clients come with those symptoms: burnout and anxiety and the imposter syndrome and all of that. And then you dig deeper, and it's all almost all the same, rooted in some beliefs need to be changed.
yeah, yeah. It's amazing how that works. And um, what is the most frequently seen age of people that you work with? Because it's
That's an excellent question as
in
well.
my
You have a great question, Gina.
in my experience, there is certain age where that light bulb starts to flicker with people.
Yeah, yes, it's true. I would say mid 30s to mid 50s.
Yeah,
I have this wide range, really.
yeah,
Some are a little bit younger, but I usually tell them that, oh, you are the wisdom people. Like, people come with for wisdom so early in your
yeah,
life. But this is normally the age group.
yeah. So we
Is
need
it the
to,
same for you?
yeah, they're even younger.
Oh, why? Okay.
Yeah, even,
Well,
yeah,
I find that people don't realize so much, or not realize, some of us do realize early, but they are not ready to get unstuck from those emotions before the 30s, like the mid 30s.
yeah,
They know when they come and they speak with me, they say, we have been noticing things are not fine since maybe 9 years ago, 10 years ago, but the call was not so strong.
yeah.
So they were distracting themselves in something else.
Yeah, it's also this age phase that you need to go through first, because I also have younger persons who see me and they're 25. They're just building their career, and then suddenly they find out this is not what I like to do. So they come with a very different question, and then they start telling, I'm so young, I'm so tired, and da da da. So we start to do an assessment, and then finally the bottom line is I'm not living the life I want to live.
Yes,
I am ending up with a partner I don't want to marry, and we are talking about getting buying a house or whatever it is, and then
yes,
they're on
yes,
this crossroad of, am I going to do this or that? And some of them are strong enough or willing enough or whatever you want to call it to say, okay, I'm going to follow my heart. But it's a
yeah,
very difficult age to say what I'm going to do with the rest of my life and what I'm going to
yes.
decide at this point of my life to make sure that's going to happen in the right way.
I agree, 100%. Um, and I hope that, by bringing more of those videos, those sharing experiences, people listen to this more in different ages as well, and different age group. They could feel a calling internal calling for that. And the aha moment sometimes come, oh, so this is why I have been, experiencing this, or this is why I have been feeling this. The fascinating thing is when the shift happen, it doesn't take so much time. So I
Absolutely.
see the shift happen in my practice. In one session, we have a breakthrough, and things are not the same anymore. It take for some people some time to reach this breakthrough, but when it happens, it doesn't take long. For
Mhm.
other people, they actually, like, I would say 4 sessions, like a month, and whatever stuckness they were in, it's done. Because sometimes you need also to learn some more before you actually um, be able to process. Some people already come with those learnings, and they just don't know how to process. So we go through, okay, let's process this in this way. So they are ready mentally and emotionally to do that.
Yeah.
But the shift happen, things change, and the fear. And I always tell people, like, most of what is stocking us is the fear of the unknown. Like, what if I did this and then this happened? In working together, we bridge this fear. So the fear, we reframe it to more that it is empowering you from within, and the fear is not there anymore. So you actually go smoothly and bridge your way through, just as smooth as possible it could possibly be.
Yeah,
All I ask people to do is to show up authentically as they are. No expectations. I don't have any prerequisitions. Whatever stage you are in, I meet you there and we move forward together. That's what we
beautiful.
do.
Safe space.
Yes.
Beautiful. So, how do you offer your work? Because that's also something that we need to share with people, right?
Yes, 100%. And so there are few ways. Of course, my website is the most straightforward, where you have all the services and they contact me. I have my email address there, my phone number is there. Everything you need to contact me is there. My Facebook group as well. I will leave with you in the maybe you can share it in the comments afterwards. My community healing
Or you can do
circles.
it. You can leave it in the comments later.
Oh,
Yeah.
perfect. So this is also a very safe space, very nurturing space where we actually grow together in this space. Um, and I do one-to-one work a lot. I also do packages of the one-to-one. New clients, and this is really designed for new clients, because I know that new clients have always the issue of, can I trust this therapist? Can I, share my wounds with this person and feel safe? And I notice this in therapy, it's always a big issue, building trust. So for that, I have a 3 months program for new clients, to meet with them for 2 sessions per month. And currently, for the next 4 weeks, it's actually discounted 55% off from my regular prices that you will see on my website.
Beautiful.
And this will have a community support, will have a group once a month, group calls, in addition to the one-to-one sessions that we do. I also host workshops. I get invited to do training and workshops for neuro-linguistic programming and for hypnotherapy. I do this for new practitioners or new coaches, and I'm happy to host these as well, or be invited to deliver some of these. This is in a nutshell what I offer and what I do. There is something really special, and I designed specifically for your group
Oh,
when I knew that I am having this interview with you. I did share this with you before we go live. I basically have created a free ebook. It's a 4 steps formula. And this 4 steps is going to basically help you overcome self-doubt and inner resistance. So whenever you are in a position you are creating resistance, or your resistance kicks in, or you are self-doubting yourself, I will share with you 4 steps that you can do by yourself. In each of those steps, there is a short practice that you would do just to change your momentum and create more positive momentum that will shift you away from the self-doubt. So I will again leave the link for this, if that's okay, Gina. I will leave the link for this. It's a downloadable form, and you will have my contacts in there if you would love to connect, and I would love to connect with you more.
beautiful. That's very, very gracious of you to do that for my audience. I thank you very
100%, my sincere pleasure.
Thank you. So, if you have any final words that we leave the people with today, what could that be?
Um, I think one thing I would love to share, I know that your space probably have also a lot of coaches, in not only people seeking healing, but probably more coaches and more people working on the mental health. Um, it's just a call. Um, Many people struggle to approach us for work because they are scared. They live in fear. They're not sure of the judgment. If if all of us can create a judgment-free, safe space and just share our vulnerabilities with our clients so our clients can know that because we did it, they can do it because we show up as vulnerable as we are, we will bring more trust in the therapy world, and we will bring more trust in our clients, how they actually approach us and would like to work with us. And that's just a call really for every coach. I was lucky enough to merge coaching and therapy, but I know that some people work only in therapy and some people work only in coaching. Just be as authentic as you are, be yourself,
Yeah,
create this compassionate, safe, and judgment-free space.
absolutely.
And I wish well for all of your listeners and all the people in the world. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you, Mona. I really appreciate you. Thank you for sharing all this. Thank you for being here. Thanks
Thank you.
everybody for watching. And please reach out to Mona if you want to learn more or have any questions or just want to work with her. Thanks everybody. Thank you, Mona. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
everything. Bye
Thank
bye.
you. Bye bye. Take care.